you, Sunderland. Thank you. Thank you for reminding us that Arsenal players are still humans. At some point, I started feeling like these guys are no longer humans again. I don't even know where to classify them. But you guys showed up today. You guys showed up that these guys are still humans. Thank you. What a beautiful game of football. Arsenal, everybody saw Arsenal as the favorites to win this game. We know it's not going to be an easy game against Sunderland regardless, but we expected Arsenal to come up with the win regardless. So you guys snatching this draw is a lot. Is a very big achievement considering where they are right now. Arsenal has not conceded more than one goal in a game this season. And after now conceding in over a month, they finally did today. So kudos to you people. Every player in that Sunderland team turned up, from the goalkeeper, the strikers, the midfielders, everything, and more especially their defense. Because if not for that defense, they would have conceded a lot. So you guys did a good job, and I'm sure not just me, but everybody that follows the Premier League who is not an Arsenal fan is happy with this result, at least. So thank you, Sunderland. Let's just get into the game. Arsenal, it's not like Arsenal played badly, but just Sunderland took their performance a little bit higher, knowing who they are coming up against. Everybody upped their game. Like I said, from their goalkeeper, their defenders, their midfielders, and all. Granit Xhaka, the former Arsenal player in the Sunderland's midfield, he was exceptional. Watching Xhaka, you will not even think he's up to 35 years of age. He was good. And the good thing about Sunderland is that they knew when to defend and they knew when to attack. Leading up to this, their equalizing goal, they were pressing Arsenal as if they are the bigger team. They had that press in them, the composure in their passes, their crosses, and their ability to retrieve the ball whenever they lose it. All those stood out. And at the end of the day, they had a result that everybody will be proud of them. They had a very good result. Leading up to their team, I'll start with the Sunderland team because this is a draw, but it feels like a win to them and to a lot of people. So I will start off with their team. Their goalkeeper, Ross, that guy, even before this game, he has been good this season. He has been exceptional. So it's not a surprise that he had a brilliant performance today in this game. Their right back, Hume, Nodi Mukiele, they had a 5-man back line. Mukiele, Danny Ballard, who is this? Gertrude, and Renido. Everybody had a good game. That Renido, there is even a phase of play where I expected him to do more. But regardless, he still performed well. Bertrand Traore did his best. He was later removed in the game. Then Saka. This guy does not show any sign of old age yet. He can play in any top team anywhere in the world with his current form. He can perform. His standard has not dropped at all. That's how good Saka has been. Coming back to the Premier League, I even expected that he will struggle. The Premier League will bring out the old age in him and all of that. But he has proven me wrong so far. And likewise, every other person who thought so about him. So kudos to Saka. Then Sadiki was also someone else who had a brilliant performance in their midfield, trying as much as possible to shield their backline whenever they are out of possession, and then joining into their attack too. So, but generally, this was an all-round team effort from Sunderland, and they actually deserve this point that they got, playing at home to an Arsenal that has not conceded in almost 10 games now, and over a month. So, kudos to them. Making Arsenal concede 2 goals. No one has achieved that this season so far. So, it's actually a right step in the right direction for them. And to think that This is a team that is just coming back from the championship. Everybody expected them to perform like a championship team, maybe lose a lot of games. Any day they get lucky, they can maybe win one, draw another, then go on a run of losses. But it hasn't happened like that for them so far. Unlike every other teams from the championship, they are playing to the standard of the Premier League. They are showing up. They are doing everything necessary for them to stay up, and they are definitely staying up. Among the three promoted teams, you are sure that Sunderland is not going back into that relegation anytime soon. They are not even, if they finish out of the top 10, that's a disappointing season considering how they have started. But then they will be happy with whatever turns out for them at the end of the season. That is not relegation. So I'm sure they won't mind. So that was like a really good performance from them. Kudos to them. Then on the Arsenal team, David Dreyer, like I said in the preview, he has been on vacation. Like he barely touches the ball whenever he comes for games. Barely performs. He barely makes saves. But today, his results were tested once more. And if not for him too, Sunderland would have had more than 2 goals. He made like two very important saves in this game that kept Arsenal in the game. So it's not like he has lost his touch. It's just that his defense has been too good. The team generally has been too good. So he didn't have that need to be making the saves. But when called upon today, he still showed up and performed admirably. So kudos to David Raya. Then the defensive partnership of Gabriel and Saliba, they have been tested today. They have been shaken today. And I was trying to see how they react to the goal they conceded earlier. And I was thinking after that first goal, they are going to tighten up the back line. But they got a little bit shaky. The team generally, they got a little bit shaky towards the end of the game and they conceded that second goal, which happens sometimes. I'm sure they are going to go back to their drawing board to try and map out strategies and ways to tighten up that defense more. So, during Timber, Ricardo Carafodi, they just had an average game, nothing serious or special from them. And then Declan Rice and Martin Zubimendi did as much as possible to dictate the tempo of the game, try to shut out dangers. I think towards the end of the game, Rice had this moment where he almost gave up the ball in the middle of the park, but somehow he still managed to recover the ball. He also had a phase where he attempted a long shot from the center of the circle, but he did not go on target, so it did not really cause any harm towards Sunderland's team. And then Bukayo Saka, star boy, he got their equalizing goal earlier on, and I think that was just about the major thing he had. He threatened a few times, but the Sunderland, their defense was so like compact that it was not even easy to penetrate them or get anywhere close to their goalpost without putting in a lot of effort. But he sure did his best and he got a goal. And then Eze did not have a good game. I think he struggled with the physicality of the Sunderland team generally. The guys are too physical. So if you're not going to live up to that physical expectation, you are definitely going to struggle against them. And I think that is the case with Eberechi Eze here. He struggled with Sunderland's physicality and he did not really influence the game as much as he would. And then Leandro Trossard, what an absolute cracker of a goal. I did not even expect him to shoot from that range. It was surprising to me that Trossard had to shoot from that range. But whenever you play against teams who sit back and they don't really give you a lot of chance to play inside their box, I think one of the ways to get through them is to shoot from range. And Trossard got that initiative and he decided to try his luck. He created that space and took the shot one time and the shot paid off. He got the goal, gave Arsenal the 2-1 lead, but sadly, they did not win the game. Sunderland still got an equalizer. And then, Mikel Merino, who played as their first 9. Merino has been performing admirably whenever he's called upon to perform in the number 9 position. Originally a midfielder, but he tends to pop up with the important and crucial goals whenever he's called up. And that is why, like a lot of people, even Arsenal fans, believe that in the absence of Gyökeres, that he's going to perform. But the Sunderland defense had another plan for them altogether. But he still managed to get the assist for Merino's goal. So that still works. At least he got a goal involvement. But generally, it's a good game. Sunderland deserved the point that they got. They didn't deserve to lose this game, considering how they played and how compact they were with their defending. And I think I noticed at some point they even started wasting time, a lot of stop and starts in the game, trying to kill time and kill off the game like that, especially when they were playing out the 1-1 draw earlier. But when Arsenal scored the second goal, they started applying pressure again, trying to gain something from the game. And at the end of the day, that really paid off. City got Arsenal got 1 point, which is not a bad thing. Even if City or Liverpool wins their game tomorrow, they are still going to be like 4 points on top, which is still a healthy but not too comfortable place for them. But I'm sure they will take it because